Storming Brett bad.
Yeah, it
Bye.
is. Bye. We gone.
Did she leave?
Yeah, she left, and it was funny that as soon as she left, my co-host popped on. Celisa Monet is in the
Hey, can
building.
you
What's
hear me? No,
man? Hey, look, I'm gonna put this
I'm
out there
doing.
now. Can you hear us, Lisa?
Shit, no. I'm trying to cut my. Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Can Oh, you're muted. Yeah,
I know I can't hear.
you no, you're good
Hold on.
now. You were muted. Can you hear?
Hey, Autumn, can you come here for a minute, please?
Oh, she got to call in. She got to call in tech support. But I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there now, and that we're about to get hit with some serious
They
thunderstorms.
can't hear me.
I can hear you.
We gotta put it in the chat.
I don't know how to. You do it.
I got it. But anyway, while she's trying to take care of her technical difficulties, what's up,
Okay, there we
everybody?
go.
You are tuned into another week of Access Granted Depository, and your boy, Mr. Antoine, is in the building. Lisa Monet.
Yes,
Lisa
hi.
Monet. We could hear you. You couldn't hear us the whole time.
For real? That's
Yeah, we can
crazy.
hear you.
I had to call in my staff.
I see. She got on-site engineers. She got on-site production and all that.
Listen, it be them kids that know. I don't.
We not blessed with all of those situations, man. But pray everybody had an amazing weekend, man. And we're gonna get right into it because we are definitely all about to get hit with some thunderstorms, and I don't know how long we're gonna be able to be on the show. I'm gonna just keep it real.
Ooh. We had our storms over here already. I don't know.
Y'all have?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a baby storm. It started. I want to say it started like around 6ish, but then it's clear now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's heading to the east side.
Yeah, and the sun did just actually pop out, so maybe we can get in a good hour or so. But anyway, man, we are joined tonight by the lady and hopefully ladies. Jay McGraw put the turkey down, and now here she go hopping off the camera as I'm about to try to introduce her. She just going. We are joined by the ladies of Natural and Naked. Jay McGraw, you already know that this show is about to go all the way to the left, and I'm the only man represented here. So if you want to get on and rock with me, let me know, and I will inbox you the link like right now. But my sister, my little sister, my little homie, the one who hasn't invited me over for a drink in about 12 years now.
Not 12 years.
Okay, so what happened to the names? As soon as she got off,
the
names disappeared.
Oh man.
So that sound like a producer error.
Oh.
Oh. I'm gonna put her in timeout for 30
seconds.
She's
not
gonna come up on my show and talk trash about me and think you just gonna get away with it. That's what's not gonna happen. And now the names are back. My sister Stay Love is in the building. What's going on, sis?
Hey, thanks for coming.
Hi.
Natural and Naked. Shout out to them, man.
It's kind of. I guess we always gonna be natural and naked, but you already know that we taking a break. So
Nah, y'all always gonna be natural and naked to
we
me. I don't care if y'all change the name and come back with a different name. Y'all still gonna be natural and naked to me, cause
that's how we start.
that's how y'all started.
Okay.
So what's going on in your world? Everything good with your grown kids now?
Right.
I'm looking and your grown sisters, and I'm just looking at pictures like, yo, where did little Bree go? What happened?
Right.
Like, where did
Everybody.
little Terrence go? What happened?
Yeah. Cool.
Like you got where my drink at?
Right.
Okay. There we go. I'm good now.
You silly. I gotta text Terrence and tell him fix me a drink.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on his job. He's supposed to know that already. Kind of husband is he?
I think
All
he
right,
down
so
game.
we decided to make this. First of all, man, I've been wanting to do this for a long time because you guys had one of my like, hey, my man, Purpose, what's going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. You guys have been you guys are one of my favorite shows back when we had Power 4.4 radio, and y'all left us because we wasn't paying y'all enough money, and I'm sorry that we couldn't afford y'all at the time. And
You
then
know
y'all
someone
started,
paying somebody.
and then y'all started doing your own thing, and y'all really kept the boat rolling with with the situation that y'all had. So I hope y'all do come back. I hope this break is like real temporary, and that y'all do come back in some capacity. Because actually, y'all were kind of cool.
I don't know. We'll see. Life is life, and like you said, we got these children. Everybody getting
Yo,
old.
y'all sound like Suge Knight and
Stuff.
Dr. Dre. Come on, just start a new label and just come on and put an album out on a new label. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. I mean, Jay McGraw is looking for some shows over at Power 4.4 Radio still. So, you know,
Jay said he got a
he
dollar raise.
he said he got $1 raise for y'all. So I mean that's $550 over $450. It might be worth it. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my goodness.
I can't.
All right, yeah. So we decided to make this show a hot topics night, which is always fun. And I'm hoping that Renee or Shay, Shay, I got to get used to this. Shay Love. Hope that I'm calling you Nicole. I can't call you that. I can't call you that
Oh.
Shay Love thing. You
Call me.
always Nicole to me. So I'm
Okay.
hoping that she got some topics. I know that Lisa has some topics. I want to start off talking about these damn birds that keep attacking my dog in my backyard. I'm about to get me a BB gun,
What?
and it's gonna be on and cracking. So we have bushes. Jay said he got a $2 raise for you if you sign a deal to come back to Power 4.4. I'll let y'all discuss those contract negotiations offline. But we got these my wife has several bushes that she's grown in the backyard, and every summer birds come and build a nest when they start having their little babies or whatever. And these birds are just disrespectful to my dog, man. The dog isn't even getting close to the bush. She's like literally, and we have Nicole, you've been in that house. We got a decent sized backyard. And anywhere in the yard, they keep coming and attacking our dog. And my wife is out there with shovels and brooms trying to swap them away. And today, when she got home from work, they're in the backyard. And I hear her calling me, and she calling Tyler. And I go running downstairs, and our dog actually has one of the baby birds in her mouth. I got to get used to saying her because we have a girl dog now. And we trying to get her to get the dog out of her mouth, and she's running around the backyard like she Barry Sanders ducking us out. We are and then so right across the alley from us is a power line, and we have lines that come across our yard and connect to what's up, Terrence, and connects to our
Right, and come back, but
oh, my bad. and Terrence and the wires connect. Yeah, you got me all screwed up. Connects to our house. So after we brought our dog in the house, one of the birds sat up on the power line and was basically looking at the door. Like if we let the dog back out, it was going to be on site. And now I feel like we got a whole gang that we get ready to fight against, because I'm getting ready to go get me a BB. I'm gonna either get a BB gun or I'm gonna set the bush on fire. And if I
Don't
set
set
the
the bush
bush,
on fire.
hey, this is my yard. We pay mortgage here.
Mm-mm-mm.
We pay mortgage here. But I gotta figure this out because they are like literally attacking my dog. My dog don't. You know what I'm saying?
Non-problematic. Yeah.
Like, what's the humane thing to do?
Um,
Alone?
I don't know. I don't know, but don't set the bush on fire.
Okay,
Right. They gonna-
BB gun. BB gun. I'm a pluck.
You go-
Like Jay said, by any means necessary.
Oh my
I'm
god!
gonna be sitting at the window like Malcolm.
Taking them out
Yeah.
one by one.
Man, attack my-
I don't
and
think
it's only
that's legal.
and it's crazy. I don't know how many eggs they laid,
Aw.
but we've already found before today. We had already found 2 dead birds in the yard. So this one that she had in her mouth today was the 3rd. And I don't know how many is left, but I want this situation over because as soon as they stop going in there, I'm trying to tell my wife we might have to chop this down because I can't go through this every freaking summer. Like y'all are literally like attacking my dog, and you hear your dog out there going, arr, 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 arr.
Yeah.
They flying down and pecking her and probably scratching her with the man.
Yeah,
we pay mortgage here.
Well,
That's
I
her
think
bush.
that they probably call themselves protecting their nest.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I totally get that. They're gonna have to find another yard. They're gonna have to find another yard because y'all can't
Put 'em out.
attack my dog. I just got my dog right from having all of these seizures, and now that she good, and we feel like she gonna be here for a while. Y'all can't attack my dog, man.
That's
No,
true.
I will.
Yeah, but
I will
I'm gonna be on a research about that, but I don't think you should set the thing on fire. My mind is like it's gonna cause more fires or whatever. So
I was gonna stand there with the fire extinguisher. I wasn't gonna let it get out of control.
okay.
I just wanted to burn it down enough so that But anywho,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's my dilemma for today. So what topic we gonna talk about first, man?
I don't know what y'all want to chat about first.
Can we start with the BET Awards?
Why not? Let's go for it.
What you say, Nicole?
What?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't either, but I tried to get some in little tidbits. So we're gonna go by the tidbits.
Yeah.
And Antoine, did you watch it? Yeah,
For the first time in about 20 years,
you did.
I actually watched an award show.
Mm.
And I watched the award show last night because one of my favorite artists of all time, Busta Rhymes, was receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh,
Long overdue.
okay.
But I forgot that they don't give these Lifetime Achievement Awards out until almost the end of the show.
About to
But-
say, so the person almost about to die.
That's what I thought he was about to say too. Like I was like,
not always.
something about
It seems
Busta?
that way.
well, wait a minute, ain't nobody told me nothing.
They like, damn, let's get it in real quick. So he go.
It does seem. It does seem. And I don't know what I don't know how long. My man said he stopped supporting that, and so did I, bro. But again, they were giving an award to Busta Rhymes, so
Why did
Okay.
you?
I'm gonna give y'all the parts that I didn't like first.
Okay.
So y'all know that I'm easily the oldest one here.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with a lot of the music that's out today, especially a lot of the hip hop music.
Okay.
And they have a lot of current artists that perform on the show. First of all, I didn't know who a lot of them were.
Okay.
So but that's not a bad thing. It's just me, following a different. But the one thing as a fan of music that I hate is when I go to a show and the artists are performing over their vocals on a track.
Okay.
Drives me nuts.
Okay.
If I'm gonna come and listen to you sing over the track or rap over the track,
Right.
I can just stay home and listen to the song.
Exactly.
I don't.
I
need
do
to
expect
come-
you to perform
Yeah.
live.
And I feel like they cheat the fans when they do that. I feel like they cheat the fans hard when they do that. And if I'm not mistaken, pretty much every single newer generation artist that performed last night did that.
Okay.
In fact, the girl Lotto, I think that's her name, Big Lotto, that sings Big Energy.
Okay.
she had like 20 dancers on the stage with her, but she kept insisting on dancing. And at the time that she was dancing, she wasn't, saying her vocals. And it was just crazy because you see her doing all of these moves, but then you hear the vocals, and I'm like, yo, you got enough people up there. Let them concentrate
on the
on the
dance
dancing, and you sing or rap the damn song. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
that was my biggest pet peeve watching them last night. And then Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What happened?
I heard about that.
I'm a Patti fan. I feel like Patty's one of the top 5 singers of all times. They did a tribute last night to Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle sang a song which for me was the bad choice of singing, or the bad choice of a song for Patti. And then she forgot the words to the song, and she was like, I'm trying to remember the words, y'all. I can't see the words. Something that she said. I don't know if she was like reading the words off a teleprompter or what the situation was, but it was a totally.
She don't remember the words.
It was something. I would have to go back, and I can actually pull it up and we can watch it if y'all want to. But it was something to the effect of either I'm trying to remember the words or I can't see the words. And if she says she can't see the words, then that means she was reading the words off the teleprompter in the back. Either way,
She old.
Say that again, Nicole.
I said she's old.
You said she's old. She get a pass?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so as we put Nicole on another 30-second time out, because we're not using that as an excuse.
You know what?
I can't give her a pass because
You rude. You so rude.
she still.
Now you're putting time out twice.
I want to give Patti a pass on that.
Yeah. I love me some Patti, but no, because she knows you are a veteran in the game, and Miss Tina Turner and went on to glory. You owe her.
You gotta be right. You
got
to
do
right.
that right. Tina, the work that Tina put in. I
Nicole,
love me some Patti.
We used to sing on the same choir, and you used to do a lot of solos, and I cannot imagine you standing up in front of St. Stephen's and being like, I forgot the words.
I mean, stuff happens.
She
got paid.
Oh,
I don't think they get paid for those award shows.
You don't get paid for performance?
I don't think so. Not on award shows. Yes, bro. She pulled a Rich Homie Quan, and that's exactly what I was telling people.
Not the Rich Homie Quan.
So Rich Homie Quan, they did a Biggie tribute on one of the award shows a couple of years ago, and Rich Homie Quan was up performing one of Biggie's songs, and you could tell he probably had never heard the song before in his life. And like totally jacked up the lyrics on the song, and of course they lambasted him on social media. And you know, Patti got hers today as well. I will admit. Yeah, it didn't look good. But those are the only 2 bad things about me. So I have a couple of things that I did like. First of all, rest in peace to Takeoff.
Yeah.
Quavo and Offset reunited last night and did what I thought was a really dope tribute to Offset. Aside from rapping over the lyrics to the song, which I just said I hate, but they performed Bad and Bougie, which ironically is a song that Offset doesn't rap on. But I just love the whole presentation. Like, it started with this like this spaceship, and the spaceship took off.
And
the picture of Offset was in the background, and you know, it was just good to see them perform together because you know, they've been beefing, or they had a little situation going on right around the time that he was murdered, which is the reason I'm assuming, which is the reason why all 3 of them weren't together at the time that situation took place. So I thought that it was real dope. And I also definitely enjoyed Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes is like that person that at a funeral comes up to give his little speak, and they say you only got 2 minutes, and you know damn well Busta's gonna go well over 2
He
minutes.
went over 2 minutes.
He talked for about 15, 20 minutes yesterday, but he said a lot of great stuff.
Good.
And after
Did they
went
start playing the music for him? You
No.
know, when they start keep
No, they
going
didn't.
over, they
didn't.
start.
I think they knew better. I don't
Oh,
think that
okay.
would have ended well if if they did. But you know, he gave a nice speech, and he said a lot of really good things, especially
Mhm.
about the way that the older artists and the newer artists need to kind of like, you know, come together more and so on and so forth. And then they went to a commercial break, and he came back and he did his performance. So when you receive a Lifetime Achievement Award, you always, you know, perform a medley of your hits. And the one thing that I like that he did was he shared his moment with a lot of artists. Like he had MOP, he had Remy Martin, he had some young girl called Bia that he has a new song with.
Okay.
He actually did a full dance hall set where he had some
Spice
Jamaican
was on there.
artists come out and perform.
Okay.
It was really, it was long. It
Yeah.
was long, but it was real dope. And I just love, and I think that's one of the things that I love about Busta. And he talked about it last night, how he just likes to love on people, and he shares his love with so many people. And for him to finally be at a time when it was supposed to really be all about him, he shared that moment, you know, with a lot of other artists, you know.
Okay.
And I thought that that was real dope. And the other really big surprise, and then I'm gonna move off for this, was Coco Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. I've heard her song on the radio quite a few
Mm-hmm.
times, but never put two and two together. I did not realize that that was the young lady that played Hillary on Bel Air.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she was there, she won the award for Best New Artist last night.
Right.
And
Right.
when they showed her picture, I was like, damn, that's Hillary.
Right.
And she came up and she gave a really heartfelt speech, and then she performed, and next to Busta Rhymes, she was easily the best performance of the night.
Right. Because she did hers live. Like she didn't sing over a track.
She sung hers live.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? I know her because I have, teenagers. She was on Disney Channel and she did this movie called, I mean, it's like a show called Let It Shine or something like that. And she was singing on there. She was with the guy, I forget his name, forgive me, but he's the guy from Everybody Hates Chris. He was on there as well.
Gotcha.
So when she was younger, she was singing on that. So when she sung a little bit on with the Disney Channel, the Disney kids, they go off and do their own thing. But she's really talented.
Very
Talented. Congratulations to her.
I had no idea. Like again, until I saw them flash the picture when they were showing the nominees, and then when she came up, like she shut it down. She got a standing ovation. She got a standing ovation. That's how good she was. So if you guys have an opportunity, go back and check out her performance. She was really good. That's enough for the BET Awards.
That's enough for the BET.
Yeah, that's enough.
Let me say one thing about that. Guess now Tyler Perry owns BET and BET, I believe. Yep. So
are we gonna see Madea on BET 24 hours a day, 7 days a week now?
She's gonna be hosting BET Awards next year.
Right. Next year it's gonna be. But you know what? All jokes aside, I am proud. He's doing his thing to see where he came from and doing his plays and how he struggled, and now look at him with the Tyler Perry Studios and that's amazing.
I went to visit Tyler Perry Studios the last time we were in
Atlanta. I think
last March.
Okay.
Not last March, but March of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even get to visit the studio. I was highly disappointed.
Wow.
Like you pull onto the grounds,
and
there's basically a driveway that goes around a big waterfall that's sitting in the middle. And there's a big video screen that shows all of the stuff that's made there, but you don't actually get to drive on the grounds of the studio.
I see.
I was a little bit disappointed at that because I had heard that you could, which was the only reason that I went.
Right.
And I was very interested because I've seen videos of it on like YouTube and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, let's go. And because we were looking for something to kill time, and I thought that was going to take at least a couple of hours, you know what I mean, because of how big it is. Because you got to figure it used to be an army base, so it's huge. It's huge, and I think that he has like 6 or 8 humongous sound stages there. So it's really
Wow.
big. So I was looking forward to it, and I was going, I just wanted to go on and be like, yeah, that's the house from, and that's the room from, and didn't get a
Uh-huh.
chance to do none of that.
Oh
They got a
man.
they got a big black gate keeping us out of there. So
So is it something separate that you have to like set up? They don't have any tours at all?
nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. The security guard was like, I don't know why people feel that way, because we ain't never let nobody on here. And I was like, dang, bro, you ain't got to come at me like that. I felt like looking like Otis from Martin. We ain't never had nobody come
We
and
ain't
talk.
never get nobody in.
Dang, bro, calm down. All right, go get you a bottle. Oh, did I do that?
Did you do that?
No, she did.
Oh.
She did.
Oh.
Yeah, but I thought that was crazy. But
Yeah.
so I know that when I was asking you to get some topics together, you mentioned this daggone submarine.
Yeah, and it's like I really didn't want to drag anybody down, but I was like, well, what else could we talk about? Like, I guess we could briefly go over it if y'all want to. It wasn't deep. What are y'all thoughts about it though? It was like 5 people, 5 gentlemen, billionaires.
They were all men. That was all men.
All men. Actually, it was four gentlemen, and the young man was 18. Him and his father went down. So it was those 4 and the son and the dad. I mean, those 3 and the son and the dad. Yep. And it imploded. They paid $250,000 to go down. They said it was supposed to only take like 2 hours to get down there, but it didn't. I heard that they didn't even get clearance, but some people said that they went down there several times before and it never happened. So I don't know. But
hold it. So you're saying that it was supposed to take 2 hours to get down
to the Titanic from where they would come, like their whole travel time was supposed to be like 22 hours or something, and then it was like in 45 minutes down. They lost, I think, communication or something. And
bro, I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". I don't get in water that I can't stand up in, so I know damn well I'm not getting in nothing and going 2 hours underwater.
So they purposely did this, like
black people don't do stuff like that.
They purposefully wanted to see, I guess, the Titanic, and so they paid to get in the submarine and to take a journey down the submarine to see the ruins, and it imploded. And it just doesn't make sense. It's like, of all that money y'all would have, I feel like it was something was awry. Like, why didn't y'all figure all of this out before you paid your money and went down there? Just to have bragging rights to say, oh, I saw the ruins in my mind, but not knowing that, they said there wasn't really a whole bunch of oxygen on the thing. Like they weren't thinking about
how did they get clearance to do that? Like, where do you rent a submarine from?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I guess that's rich people talk. I don't know.
Rent a submarine from. So the technical word for it isn't a submarine. It was called something else.
What?
But I would have to look it up. But
okay.
And the best response that I've heard was the guy who I think he's the co-host on the D.L. Hughley show.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yo, the movie was too damn long. So why would I want to go? Why would I want to?
Not the Titanic being 3 hours. Yeah, it was. It's 3 hours, but to be honest, I didn't feel the 3 hours when I watched it. I was engulfed. I was here for the whole movie. I liked it.
God bless you.
I liked
God
it.
bless you.
I didn't know this.
Did you watch it? Did you go to the movies and watch it, or you?
I did. Yep, I went to the movies and watched it. And my daughter, who she's 16 years old, she is a fan, so we watch it. Here. Yeah.
A fan of the Titanic. Or a fan?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's a movie buff. She loves all of those like movies and love stories, and she's a hopeless romantic like her mom. So like we love those kind of things. So yeah, I paid my money to go see the Titanic when it first came out. Yeah, at the theater.
Can't hear you, Nicole.
My kids is fussing in the background. I had to turn on mute.
Understand.
But yeah, so I like the Titanic too, but I don't like it enough to get in nobody boat to go, well, submarine to go look at them. It's what are we looking at?
Right. Yeah.
So you went to the movies to see it as well?
No, you know, I was like 5 when that came out. So
Oh yeah.
nah, I just watched it online. I just watched it on the TV.
Every time I think of the Titanic, I think about the Kings of Comedy when Steve Harvey was talking about it, and he was like, you know, if black people would have started going, if the boat would have been going down and there was a black band playing, they would have just started unplugging everything.
You're right, wrapping it up.
Yes,
sir.
Instead, they would have been out on the ocean with a table turned upside down and had the napkin up, just blowing, trying to get away.
Right. That was sad. Like that is sad. I did read something about the boy didn't want to go.
The youngest boy.
Yeah, like
youngest boy.
Yeah, he didn't want to go. And then I read something about it was for Father's Day. Like, I don't know, but
I'd have been like, "Go ahead, Dad. That's your day."
Oh my goodness,
that's your day.
Sad.
Yeah,
you can't.
Sad.
I guess money will let you do whatever you want.
And somebody said that on the radio too. They were like, people that really have a lot of money just have kind of like this sense of invincibility and feel like they can almost go and do anything. But even with that, I would be like, yo, what is it about a ship that's been buried at the bottom of the ocean for I don't even know how many years it's been. I've been hearing about the Titanic since I was, you know what I mean? Like, what is it that would make you like, what is it that you want to see? That would first of all make you spend that kind of money, and then again, you just I didn't know about the 2 hours below sea level. Like, what? Come on, bro. I don't get in the pool without floaties, so I'm not going. 2 hours. That's bonkers.
There's a pool without. That's funny.
I do. That was
what I was getting ready to say, Antoine. I mean, I ever saw you with floaties.
But I really don't, because I'm not a great swimmer, so I really don't get in water that I can't stand up in. I'm just being honest. I have no shame in my game. But like, I just don't. There's nothing about. I just have better things I could have did with $250,000.
Absolutely.
And you know, us being people that don't have $250,000 access, you know, might not be able to relate, but my man, shout out to my man Dame. Oh, where's my cursor? Yo, did my battery just die?
No, I hope not.
My battery just died. Hold on, Dame, I'm coming. There you go. Shout out to my boy Dame. He said, you can't pay me enough to go in somebody's water to a ship that's under the same. Exactly, bro. Like, but again, we don't have that kind of money, you know, to blow. So maybe we can't relate. Maybe we don't, you know, that's out of my tax bracket. I don't know about you, Nicole, because I know you in turns balling, but that's a little bit out of my tax bracket. I can't relate to wanting to pay that kind of money for anything. Dame, what's going on, bro? Hey, Nicole, you know Dame is the same size now as he was at 16.
You are so rude. Like, don't do him.
I gotta mess with Dame every time he come on. I got to. That's
Leave
my guy. Alone. That's my guy.
All right, so look, I got one. I keep seeing this on the internet. Like, it kept popping up. The lady that shot the guy for punching her in the face. Well, got her son.
I was about to say that. Yep.
The guy for punching her in the face. Did you see those videos?
I did see the videos. Yeah.
Antoine, did you see it?
He clapping.
Why you clapping? Because they shot him?
Yes.
Yeah.
You punched my mother in the face and I got a gun on me. I'm killing you. And if I go to jail,
then that's what we do.
So I gotta understand this, because he's dead, and there's I'm sorry, somebody shall call me. The guy is dead, so you committed murder. So now you're going to jail. You and your mother are now in jail.
No, they dropped the charges.
They dropped the charges.
They dropped the charges?
Yes.
How did this happen? Tell me what's happening.
So from I don't know what city or wherever it was at, Chicago. They were the video that I saw. the guy was very demonstrative in the video. I couldn't hear the audio. He
I
was like
seen it. He was
talking
being
to
mean.
her, going
Yeah.
back and forth with her, and then all of a sudden he goes and bangs her several times like a man in the street.
Yeah.
I seen people, men and whoever else was in there included, run out. Nobody came to this lady.
Nobody.
So then the young man, 14 years old, goes, gets what he gotta get, and shoots and kills the man.
Well,
so they locked
apparently,
the mom and the son up immediately, right?
apparently, I don't know if he was in the car or
Mhm.
if he was just in the vicinity, but apparently she sent him a text message and basically was like, "This dude is in here arguing with me. Come in the store."
Mhm.
And
Right.
there's a video of the young man. He comes in the door and he sees the man punch his mother several times. And
Mhm.
So was it? So is it self-defense?
not only is it self-defense, but and I don't know how old this young man is, but apparently this young man had a concealed weapon license.
At 14? Because they're telling me that. I mean,
Let me-
I've seen things that he was
let me go and
14 years
pull it.
old.
Let me go and
Right.
pull this up again.
They say he was only 14. So
Let me-
what I'm trying to understand is who dropped the charges? The state?
I'm
know.
assuming.
I think that
So
that's
if his family pressed the charges, right? Then they dropped them. All right, cool, whatever. But the state won't pick that up. They're going to have to go to court because you killed someone. Like I can see in there everybody fighting, but you killed somebody.
Okay, so it says murder charges against a mother and a 14-year-old son who authorities said was ordered by his mother to shoot a man at a Chicago restaurant have been dropped, prosecutors announced on Monday. The Cooks County Attorney's Office said it reviewed the case against Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son. In light of emerging evidence, moved to dismiss the charges against both. Based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we were unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases, a statement from the office read. Hood, who was the mother, 35, and her teen son were facing murder charges following the incident, which took place at a Maxwell Street Express on the city's south side, on the city's southwest side earlier this month. Police said Hood was in an argument with a 32-year-old Jeremy Brown while waiting in line for food at a restaurant located at 11656 South Halstead Street. Hood repeatedly texted her son and had him come to the restaurant as the argument turned physical. Officials alleged Brown punched Hood in the head, and Hood's son took out a gun, shooting Brown in the back. The teen continued shooting as Brown ran from the store, with both the teen and his mother following Brown in the parking lot. Prosecutors said Hood told her son to keep shooting Brown and kill him. After the teen stopped shooting at Brown, his mother allegedly told him to shoot Brown's girlfriend. Wow.
okay. I ain't know this part.
That's
Who
what
authorities
okay.
said, yeah, that's crazy right there. Who authorities said encouraged Brown during the early altercation. Prosecutors also reportedly said Hood tried to grab the gun herself before her son shoved her off, and the two fled the scene. That doesn't make sense. Brown ultimately died from the injuries. The scene was captured on surveillance video, which was released by police and showed Hood ordering food and her son opening fire both in the restaurant and in the parking lot before the pair left the scene. Additional footage started circulating on social media showing Brown repeatedly striking Hood prior to the shooting. If you say one more thing, then this is what he was saying. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. The footage ended with the sound of what sounded like a gunshot as Brown continued to punch Hood.
So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't just him coming in there and shooting in the place. They followed them, and then you tried to shoot and kill somebody else. So this is more than just
followed who?
They tried. They
you saying after they shot him in the restaurant, they followed him outside?
Right, and she told him keep shooting him, and then you go after the girlfriend. So my whole thing is, at the end of the day, I don't see how is this okay? Because then what does this tell everybody else? So now when somebody gets mad, I can pull out my gun because whatever and shoot you.
I'm trying to find this because I could have sworn that. Go ahead, Nicole.
I feel like they could have de-escalated the situation and she not gave argument to this man. They could have been an adult about it and okay, we had the disagreement, let's walk away. But the moment he decided to put his hands on her is when it made it wrong in my eyes. Now, them going after the girlfriend, I ain't know that part. I don't know what role she had to play in it. But as a grown man, you have no business punching a woman like that.
So that's what I'm saying. Is his actions justified to be shot at? If he didn't have a gun and everything was like hands, does his actions justify murder with a gun?
Not murder, but somebody needed to stand up for his mother.
Yeah,
I don't justify murder.
It's two things that we got going on here. Of course, I would expect for my 16-year-old son to take up for me if he sees somebody or just like, hey, bro, what you doing? And then come in and do whatever he got to do. But I don't expect for my 16-year-old son to commit a murder.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like two things going on here. This is not okay, because now if they do get away with it and don't write personal charges, what are we telling the world? So how come we can't be in a space where we protect our Black mothers, but not show it in a way where you got to commit murder to do that? No. Possibly end up in jail. Somebody gonna pick them charges up. I don't see them going away and nothing happening.
So if the 14-year-old, and I totally get where you're coming from, Nicole, but if the 14-year-old would have physically tried to defend his mother, I ain't gonna lie, the 32-year-old man would have beat the crap out of him. Let's just call it what it is. Y'all know I go to church. Shout out to my VLF family. And there's just some things that God is still working on me with, and I'm gonna be as honest as I can be. If I had a gun on me and you punched my mother in the face, my family's going to be putting something on my commissary. I'm sorry.
Not the commissary.
That's what I'm saying. I get it.
I'm sorry. Because daggone well, if you got a gun on you and some man beating the crap out of Michelle, you going in and it's you popping off.
But I would have been smart. Like, this the other thing, and this is why we gotta, like, even down to the gun part of it, let's teach to shoot him in the leg, like, not shoot to kill. You shot him in the back of his head. Like, at least do the leg or something. My whole thing is murder. It's another Black boy potentially that's about to be in jail for the rest of his life. Okay. And what are we sitting up here trying to do? We're trying to protect our Black boys, our Black men. So I think it's two things that's happening here. I just don't think that it shouldn't have went that way. And it's tough. Everybody like, yeah, he deserved it, but now look at this. Potentially, we losing yet another person to the system.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate that them two as adults couldn't walk away from the situation. If they had just walked away from the situation, we would not even have this topic to talk about. But we got to talk about the fact that this man just freely started throwing hands at a female. And then also people in the store did not defend her.
They ran.
All I saw was an old man in the store, so I'm not surprised that the old man ran.
Multiple
the old man did. He was like, I can't do this.
All I saw was the old man. The old man was like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with me. Let me get on up out of here.
They lie. What you think, Terrence sitting right here? You don't want me.
Tell Terrence go get on another computer and I'll send him a link and he can get on and get all up in this.
You don't want to be right here on the camera, Antoine.
Now I guarantee you, Terrence would have.
What you think? You would have shot him?
As a grown man, yes.
You say yes?
Yes.
Grown man.
Yes. We're not.
Mr. Terrence is spoken.
We're not talking about grown men though. We're talking about a teenage boy. And from what I've read in there, the mother almost orchestrated him getting the gun, him, pointing, saying, "Shoot him, like kill him," and you know what I'm saying, like.
Now, where did the gun come from?
It was in her car. So she apparently texted him while it was happening, told him get the gun.
Okay, so maybe she's the legitimate gun owner then.
Yeah,
maybe she's the gun owner. Okay, that makes sense.
So and you know what, Antoine, and me and Nicole, when I first read it, I told her it's one thing if you're the parent, right, and I say go get the gun, and give it to me, right?
Mhm.
I'm taking as the adult, I'm taking ownership, I'm taking accountability, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna handle that situation, right?
Right.
I get where the young man, as a kid, I see my mother in
That fear.
distress.
Yeah, that
Like, you know what I'm
fear.
saying? Like that's a true fear, right?
Yeah.
And as a protector, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna do something irrational because I see my mom. Is it right? Absolutely. No, it's not. I think the mother should have not put her son in that predicament to
Mhm.
risk his life, right? Because the gun is registered to her, not him. He's a minor. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's going to have legal ramifications, and the mother is going to have legal ramifications. Because how do you tell a child to orchestrate a murder? You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be charges pressed against that mother, and she's going to be disconnected from a child, even if they don't go to jail. Child Protective Services is going to say, "You're an unfit parent. Why would you orchestrate a murder with your child?"
Yeah.
So,
So y'all really think that this is going to be revisited again?
Yes.
absolutely.
These black
Absolutely.
people are not going to get away with
Absolutely.
this.
So
You
it
heard
was
me?
in Chicago. In Chicago, if Chicago is not a stand your ground, if it's not stand your ground in Chicago,
It is.
so
No, I don't know. I don't think it's
Chicago
stand
stand
your
your
ground. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
if it's not,
I
like,
don't know, y'all.
it is going to have to be some real justification as to, okay, I called my son to bring me the gun because I was in distress. Okay, I can kind of see that. But now you're there and you have the man debilitated and you continue to shoot him. That's overkill.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're gonna get away with that. Now, if you shot him, he was debilitated, and you ran, you can get away with that. But you went in, and I believe he went after the girlfriend or somebody else.
Yeah, that's what he just said. Yeah.
So it's not only just him. Now it's
I was like, shoot that bitch too. Shoot that bitch. I could see.
So real talk, it was the emotion and the adrenaline running.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like it was the emotion and the adrenaline that took over. That wasn't at that point. It wasn't self-defense, and they can argue that.
So I have a question, everybody. So they dropped the charges in essence. So is that then is double jeopardy entered in after once you go to trial?
Now, who dropped the charges? Was it
The
state?
prosecutors dropped it. That's what they say. Prosecutors.
I'm not sure if they can bring that back, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like
the double jeopardy part comes in after you've gone to trial and you've been found innocent.
But they haven't gone to trial.
You can't get tried on that, so you can't. So, but they haven't been tried, so they haven't gone. I don't know.
Yeah, so they haven't. I don't know how that works, guys.
What is it? What is it that they're going to find after the fact? Now that they dropped the charges, which just happened today, what is it that they're going to find tomorrow, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a year from now, that's going to make them say we need to go and bring it back?
I feel like they're going to find something. So we have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
I'm with Terrence.
Coming development. Stay tuned, everyone.
I'm with Terrence as a man, and
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it.
That adrenaline is rushing, like, you know.
But I just don't like those split-second decisions that can cost you your life.
Because
that's the part that I don't.
That's the hard part for me, because from the outside looking in, we always say you should take a second to think about it. You should take a minute to think. But when you're literally like, can you imagine how scared that 14-year-old boy was seeing this man repeatedly? And he wasn't no little dude. Like the 32-year-old, he wasn't no small dude.
And bro, he punched her like they punched the
dude. That's what I'm saying. He treated her like a whole N-word in the street. Like,
like he cocked back and punched her like Ryu used to punch dude on Street Fighter. Like he cocked back.
I'm just curious about how it's going.
He punched her the way I saw Terrence punch. I mean, the way I saw Nicole punch Terrence in church one day. When I wanted to go get the car. Yeah.
I'm not coming on the show no more because she is disrespectful. You terrible.
Yo,
you know
yes, what? Damien. Yes, Damien. You could hear the punch. Like
it was bad. But look, that brings me to the next one. After this, I'm done. June was mental health month for men. Did you know that?
Mm.
I found out about it like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot going on in June.
it is.
No stuff that like breast cancer awareness month. I ain't heard nothing about no men's mental health
And
walk.
you're absolutely right. I have not heard about that.
Nobody really said anything about it.
Nobody. I literally found out. I didn't know there was one ever until about 3 days ago, listening to the radio.
Wow.
So Antoine, you and Terrence, how do y'all feel about just mental health in general for men? Like,
I mean, I work for the Department of Health, so I totally, I'm totally pro. Like, nah, man, because and this is a discussion, and Terrence, you can definitely jump in on this one. This is a discussion that I always feel like is kinda taboo in the Black community, because again, as Black men, as Black boys, you know what I'm saying? We come out the womb damn near raised to be like,
Strong.
man up, don't cry, don't do this, don't do that, get over it, such and such and such and such. And when you mix that with the stuff that we have to go through growing up in the Black community, like I tell people, and I don't think I've ever talked about it on this show, but just to put a pin there and add a story to this. Like my grandmother used to live on a street called Clear Spring Road, which is off of York Road between Northern Parkway and Woodburn. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the area.
I am.
And so think about it, Lisa, when you cross over York Road and you start going in a direction towards Loyola,
right?
College,
yes.
The neighborhoods change.
Yes, it does.
And that's saying it lightly. It goes from row houses and rats to $500,000, $1 million houses. You know what I mean? So
yes, as soon as you cross, I want to say
literally as soon as you cross, like you got
Yeah.
York Road here, and then the next street over is probably $1 million house at this point.
True.
And I just remember I used to always stay with my grandmother in the summertime back then. And I remember being bored one day and just wanting to go for a walk. And I walked over on that other side of York Road, and I'm literally just walking. Like I'm hands in my pockets, just walking. I think I might have had a Walkman on that day. And a police car pulls up to me. And he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm just walking around." And he's like, "We got, a phone call that there's a suspicious young Black man walking in this neighborhood."
Oh my goodness.
And so just to kind of, because that ended kind of crazy, because my uncles were crazy back then. And so the police officer that pulled me over were very familiar when I gave them my address. But I always think about the fact that I could have been Tavon Martin back then. Just from simply being bored and going to, you know what I'm saying, walk in the neighborhood. Right.
Yeah.
So, now to kind of bring it back, as Black men, that's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with on a regular basis. And when you have somebody that tells you, "Yo, you're crazy," you kind of look at them like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear that C word, or you don't want to hear that something's wrong with you, when the fact of the matter is you're literally born behind the 8 ball a lot of times when you're a Black man, and you have those stressors in life that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with a lot of stigma when you grow up as a Black man, especially when you have to go through like a lot of baby mother drama and stuff like that. And, you get like, you literally have, even here in Baltimore, you literally have situations where you can walk in a particular part of town and have somebody look at you and judge you just because of the color of your skin. You know what I mean? And so the mental health part plays in that, just because it's years and years and years and years and years and years and years of you going through that and not really knowing how to express that and talk about it.
Right.
And then, God forbid, somebody say, "Bro, go to therapy." Because then it's what I need therapy for. It ain't nothing wrong with me. It doesn't have to be something. And I think that that's the biggest misconception that we have, is that if you go to therapy, something has to be wrong with you.
Right.
A lot of times you can go to therapy to prevent getting to that point.
Right. It's
where
preventative
something wrong with
medicine.
you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I don't think a lot of people understand. But unfortunately, as I said, it's just been so taboo in the Black community, especially among Black men, for so long that it's, you know, I mean, I hear a lot about it more now than I did, like, say, maybe 10 years ago. But I still don't think that we really address that situation as far as mental health with Black people, especially Black men, as we should.
Right. I don't think
That's true.
What you think?
And y'all ain't do nothing for us this month. Y'all could have made me a meatloaf or something.
Wait a minute.
Right.
First I'm hearing.
I escalated real quick. What?
I didn't even
Made a
know.
meatloaf or something. But again, it's just funny because, as I said, Nicole, I literally hadn't known that until like 3 days ago when I heard it was a young lady on the Ricky Smiley morning show that was talking about
They
it.
talk about it. And
Like,
like
bro,
you
I
said,
had-
I think it's like it's foreign to us.
How long has this been our month?
Hmm?
How long have they been doing this?
For June being, listen,
For
I ain't
June
never heard of
being
this, y'all.
No.
Is this
To
the
be
first year? Because like I've literally, because honestly, I could put on an event. You know what I'm saying? Where something, you know, I could put on a really dope event
Well, you guys could be celebrated.
next year.
Yeah.
Now that I know, you know what I mean?
Should. I think you should, and I think it's very important.
It
And
is.
I think that, like you said, all the things you said, y'all come out the womb with the expectation of just being strong, no emotions. We don't teach our sons to be emotionless. Like if they cry, we let them cry. And then we'll say, feel what you need to feel, do what you need to do in this moment because you're human. And then let's come back and talk about what it looked like moving forward. You know, I don't want them to be in their 30s and they don't know how to communicate with their spouse or girlfriend because they were told to just no. I want you to let's talk about now. Sometimes it is annoying, but this is what we are preparing for the future. So I think it's very, 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 very important. Even down to Terrence, as a Black woman, I had to like calm myself and be humble and vulnerable to understand that he is human. And I think we forget that about our Black men. You're human first, and there's an emotion, and then there's the reaction or action and things like that. So even down to him, I still got to think about his mental. Is he okay? How is he handling whatever is going on in his life? Even if he can't communicate with me, I still need to pay attention to his mental. So yeah, I think we definitely need more attention on that.
And this is something that my wife and I really talk about a lot and really pay attention to, just because of the fact that our son Tyler, who literally just turned 25 17 days ago now, this young man has been to more funerals since he graduated from high school than I've been to in my life. And 99% of the funerals that he's gone to has been friends of his that have been murdered. There was one young man who committed suicide that he went to school with in Delaware. Other than that, all of these funerals have been young men that he's grown up with, young men that he's been friends with, that have been murdered.
Sad.
And there's, to me, and he's only admitted it for one, but I think there's been more than one situation where he's actually seen the murder. You know, like this has literally happened in front of him. And so, you know, with all of the stuff that my son's been through, my wife and I, we have to walk a real fine line sometimes, because it's like
he's probably going through a lot.
He's at a point, man. He's at a point. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard as a parent to sit there and get a text from your son, and he's sending you a picture of one of his homeboys, and he's like, "Yo, he just got killed," and you're like, "Damn, another one!" Like, you just sent me one 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? It's real hard, but that's the kind of stuff that you have to, because you can only do but so much as a parent. We can we can think that we're raising our children to be the godliest, saintliest kids in the world in the house. But once they step out there into that real world,
right,
and once they get involved in this world of social media, there's just so much that that they're exposed to. And once they get involved in it. What were you saying, T?
No, that was you.
Oh, so it's
Like
an
an
echo
echo.
on that. So it's an echo. Yeah. So, but I mean, there's just like it's just so much that he's been through. And so when certain things happen, you kind of have to have that mentality where you got to understand that, like, yo, this kid is like going through or has been through and has seen so much.
yeah,
You want to just kind of, you know what I mean? And it's hard. Like, again, I'm 53 years old. He just turned 25. He's been to more funerals since he graduated, and this started in 2013, the year that the Ravens won the Super Bowl, and when we had the parade, the young kid that got stabbed to death at the McDonald's on Howard and Fayette with his best friend that grew up. I can probably look out my window and see the house that kid grew up in. This started in 2013, and it's probably been at least 2 or 3 friends a year that he's lost since then. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, as much as I be wanting to jack him up by the collar sometimes and be like, bro, come on, you got to get it together. It's like, damn, you got to sit and think about all the stuff he's been through, all of the stuff he's seen, and it's tough. It's tough sometimes.
yeah.
It really is. It's tough.
And I do the same thing too. Yeah.
And I specifically didn't raise him in that manner that we just talked about earlier. Man, get over it. Don't cry. Don't whatever. Nah, yo, because that's nah. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the way that I was raised, even though I didn't have my father in my life. And I did have uncles who kind of approached it that way, but it's like I was kind of rebellious. I was like, what do you mean don't cry? If I'm sad and I'm mad, and I get to the point where it's drawing me to tears, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's tough. But again, it's so taboo in the Black community. We don't want to go and talk about it. How dare you say go see a therapist? Like, what? First of all, I might not have no health insurance, so I know I ain't paying to go see no therapist out of pocket.
Right.
And then what I'm gonna do? Sit down in front of this person and what?
And just talk.
And
That's
what?
it.
What are they gonna do about the 10 homeboys that I've lost in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So next year, Access Granted and Natural and Naked will be doing something.
Yeah, and I know for me, I am the mom of 2. My son just turned 23 yesterday.
Wow,
and
happy
then,
birthday.
yay, cancer season. And then I have an 18-year-old son. So what I've always done, and I didn't grow up with men in my life as far as directly. So, and my husband is deceased. So it's kind of like me.
Yo, I never knew that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, it's been
Oh.
17 years for me. And my
Wow,
husband has been deceased in November.
Okay.
But yes, so me not having that father figure,
Right.
I have always parented my sons as to what's wrong, talk to me. So we are very vocal. My sons have been talking since they were like 2, like complete sentences, because I need to know what's wrong. Even if they got in trouble, I would ask them, why did you do these things? Let them articulate, because a lot of times kids get into outside of your home and they can't have whole conversations. How are they supposed to learn how to speak if I grew up with the kids don't talk, they just sing, be quiet, don't say nothing.
Right.
And my whole approach was, let me speak what's wrong. And they'd be like, well, even if I tell you how I feel about it, you still gonna say no. Well, okay, that's me being a parent and taking that position, but I still want to know.
But you still right.
I still want to
Right.
know how you feel. Give me some. I said, so okay, what do you think your punishment should be? My sister was like, why are you giving them an option? Let us talk about it. And that's how I did in my household. And knock on wood, my sons are positive. My oldest son just started working for the government. My youngest son is in Maryland. So they are productive men. And I believe that men growing up needs a safe space. And even in relationships that I have been in, you need to be that comfort for the man. If you can get cues on him being frustrated. That's why men need their man caves, and they need their game time, and they need that time. If you telling me I got testosterone and I need to do this to get this off my chest, or by all means go. I don't want that time. I want the time that you have for me. So you have to be that safe space for these people, and they need it. Mm-hmm. And next year we need to celebrate this. This needs to be a thing, definitely.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right, Nicole, you're in charge.
You both try. I said, Tara said he'll help you to answer.
Nicole, you're in charge.
Whatever y'all need to do.
You got to find the venue. You got to find the speakers. You got to make the tickets.
The speakers.
You got to find all that. You're in charge. No, I actually
we gotta connect on that though, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a lot of people that I think would be dope for that. Mm-hmm. But it's just, like I'm just sitting here now, man, just thinking about,
you need a slogan.
Black men, not even a slogan for that. I'm just thinking in general. Like, again, as I said, it feels like we're already behind the 8 ball when we're born. And sitting here listening to y'all talk about this, I was thinking about a conversation that my son and I were having some years ago, and he has a circle of about 3 or 4 guys that he hangs out with, and they were at one of his friends' house one day, and I don't know what the conversation was about, but apparently he was the only, and I think he said it was like 7 of them in the house at that time. He was the only guy there who had a father who hasn't been in the prison system. And when he told them that, they was like, yo, stop lying. What you mean your father ain't never been locked up? And so on and so forth. And I was like, when he came back and he told me that, I was like, damn, is this the norm? Like, are you the minority? You know what I'm saying? Because you have a father who hasn't gone through the prison system, hasn't been locked up, and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's the kind of narrative that something got to be done about that.
Yeah, something
got to be done about that. Yeah. Like, that's not it's supposed to be the other way around. Like, it should have been out of that 7, maybe 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Not just, not and to think that you lying, like, yo, you supposed to tell your father he need to go punch somebody in the face and get arrested, yo, so he can, you know what I'm saying? That's
get arrested. Oh Lord,
the way that it felt. Like,
I
needed to go get a charge, yo, so my son could be. But that's just crazy. Like, we gotta do something, because I know too many positive men that haven't been in the system that don't get, and we don't want credit for that, because this is the way that it's supposed to be.
Right.
But unfortunately, we live in a society where we are the minority. And so we probably should be a little bit, I don't want to say celebrated, but, at least acknowledged and be able to show the younger generation that, you don't have to, like, I hear too many stories about young Black men that wear it like a badge when they've been in prison or they've been in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a right.
They call it like street cred. I don't know.
Yeah, like
that. I don't know.
Bro, you happy for the fact that you was locked down and and you was in a room with however many men for however long you were there, and that's all you happy about that? Like,
I don't know.
I respect the people that didn't get caught more than I respect the ones, if that makes sense. Like,
You
Right.
said not to get
it's
caught.
just, yeah, it's just something, but it's just something that has to change that narrative. And so if we can come together, next year and do something about it, I think that would be kind of dope.
That's good. I'm
So
looking forward
Nicole,
to
let me
that.
know what you're gonna do and let me know what time and the location, and
Uh-huh.
I'll be there to like set up some tables or something. But that's about all I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Not
know what
setting
I'm
up a
saying?
table.
I mean, I'll do something. All right, so hold on, man. I wanna show y'all this video.
Okay.
Um, let me share it first, and then I'll go to the page. Can y'all see the Facebook page?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
How's the mind and spirits? Okay. Hey.
Yeah, don't shop him. He's a racist. This dude right here is a racist. Don't shop him. Racist ass. Every time I come in, he has an attitude, and he's racist. Don't shop here. Him. Do not shop here.
Fuck you, nigga.
See him?
Wow.
You see him? Yep, I got that. I got that. I got that. Thank you. That's what I needed, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, black.
When was this?
did y'all get the gist of this? Did y'all get the gist of that video?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with Nicole's. I'm gonna take off. So this happened apparently last week.
Last week.
That's a really good friend of mine. His name is Shaka Pitts, and apparently he works out. He works out in the Towson area, and he did a whole Instagram live after that video. Apparently he went in there just to buy a pack of pistachios, and he said that that was the second time. I think that was his second time in the store. Apparently the first time he went in there, we'll just say the customer service wasn't that great. And then he went in there this day. He went to purchase the pistachios. The guy kind of ignored him, didn't pay attention to him, didn't acknowledge him. So he said he kind of sat the pistachios down, and then when he went to take his card to swipe the machine for him to swipe the card was kind of sitting back in the area more towards where that guy was. And so he had to kind of reach to pay for it and so on and so forth. And him and the guy had some words, and he left out the house. I mean, he left out the store, and that's when he started doing the video. And he said that he got racist vibes, and we know when we're getting racist vibes from certain people. And that's when he went outside and he started filming. And the guy, as he opened the door, was like, "F you, nigger." And I was like, wow. Like, and it's sad in 2023 to see stuff like that and not even be surprised. Like, but that's so close to home because I've been to that store before and I've never seen that man in there. I think I've been to that store like maybe twice, and I've never seen that particular man in there. But when I think, okay, so what you don't see on that video is that the man ended up coming outside of the store, and Shaka said he actually had a pistol on him.
Oh, wow.
And he probably, had a right as a business owner in Maryland, or white man. He probably had the right to have that pistol on him. I'm sure it was legal, but it made me think about
how that could have went.
Right. And what the narrative would have been had that video not been posted. You know what I'm saying? And how that could have been George Zimmerman getting away with murder, because he probably would have been able to create his own narrative. Oh, he came in my store, he harassed me, he did such and such, and I felt threatened, so I shot him. And here's my license that says I'm a business owner and I can carry a gun in Maryland. So, it's
that's crazy.
It's crazy. Right here in Maryland. I mean, like I live right off of Sedonia Avenue, and if you go up 2 blocks, you go 2 blocks up Sedonia Avenue on the other side of Hazelwood. I
Okay.
didn't even know a white person lived in that house until he got arrested back when Donald Trump first ran for president, because he was at a rally for Donald Trump and he pulled out a pistol and aimed it at a black guy.
Oh my gosh.
Because the black guy, you know, was amongst a group that was across the street protesting, and they were like, hey, you niggas get out of here, such and such and such and such. And when I saw it on the news that night, they were like, I think the address is like 2604 Sedonia Avenue. I'm like, Sedonia Avenue? What? That's right here. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? And they interviewed one of the neighbors, and the neighbors were like, well, we saw the Confederate flag, but we didn't, you know, pay it any attention because we never saw the guy. For me, if I'm living next door to a person with a Confederate flag on their fence, on their house, on their truck, or whatever the case may be, my antennas are staying up.
Yeah,
Right.
regardless. Yeah.
My antennas are staying up, bro. Like I'm
They
be
pulled
going,
out, put the flag up, and
bro. And y'all know these. I don't know if Facebook gonna kick us off, but these Trump supporters, they different. They different. I mean, if you go storm the Capitol,
right.
you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my man comedian Earthquake. Earthquake said, if I was a Capitol Police that day, I would have been like pop 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 pop. Man would have called me like, what you doing? He like, I'm shooting white people on overtime. Pop, pop.
No.
Oh my God.
Yo, Earthquake's Netflix special was hilarious, man. Go check that out if y'all have a chance. But yeah, it's just sad, man, because like we try to act like a lot of people try to act like things are different in 2023 when it comes to, you know, racism and stuff like that. And I'm that type of person. I always say, I want to know that you're racist. I want to know everything about you. I want to know your MO. I don't want to be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, be yourself all the time so that I know.
Exactly.
Don't sit around me and be like the person that act like we cool and this, that, and the third when you really don't hate me, don't want me around you.
Right.
Because then you're gonna catch me slipping, and when you catch me slipping, I could be, you know what I'm saying? I could be done. I want to know, especially if you're my neighbor. Like,
right.
It's crazy. That's why I watch Nicole so much, because she's sneaky. And you never know what you're gonna get.
You know what?
Not feeding into your shenanigans.
But that is absolutely crazy in 2020.
It is.
You think that, you know, but again,
I don't
I
think it's crazy.
No,
but don't, right, and that's the sad part. Like, you don't even think it's crazy anymore. It's just normal, bro. When I was going to school in West Virginia, me and my girlfriend at the time, we were going to the grocery store. We pulled into a parking space next to a white lady and her daughter that couldn't be any more than 3, maybe 4 at the most. And we were getting out the car. Her daughter was hanging out of the front passenger seat. And she said, "Mommy, is that a nigger?" And the mother got about as red as my remote right here and was embarrassed. And I was like, what are you embarrassed for? She obviously learned it from you.
Right.
Like,
that's what you're talking about in your house.
Don't be like, and she was on this, oh no, honey, don't say that. Don't tell her not to say it. If we weren't standing here, then it would be cool. So why are you? And she automatically got on the defensive. That was my first experience with a quote unquote Karen, because I think she thought that we was gonna do like, baby, we're not gonna bother you. It's cool. It's cool. Right. Teach your children the way you want to teach them.
Exactly.
But
don't be embarrassed when they pull that card.
But don't pull that embarrassed card when the stuff that you're teaching your kid comes out in public in front of the people you know that you're teaching it about. Like, nah, we good.
Yep.
Okay, nigga. But step to me, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. What you tell me don't matter. You can say whatever you want.
If that's what you're teaching your little 3 or 4-year-old girl to automatically hate us just because of the color of our skin, that's on y'all. That's on y'all.
That's the part that really bothers me, because one, be who you are, like you said, 100% of the time. If that's who you are, stand on that. But you know, just stay your distance from me, but stand on that.
Exactly.
And either furthermore, like, it's frustrating because we're depicted as that savages or all of us.
We always the bad guys.
Yeah, all of us are bad. But if you look at like, it's not just black people. There are people in every race that are just bad people. You have bad people everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just get the broad paintbrush of all of us are bad, which it kills me because if you live, and we live in Harford County, and you come out here, like, it's people here, white folks killing white folks killing black folks, white folks selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? But those images aren't painted, right? So let's talk about mental health. Our kids see black folks as criminals. Our kids see, especially black young men. Everybody wants to paint a black young man as being this bad person. When we got a ton of successful, ambitious black young men out here who grinding, you know what I mean? But they don't get the acknowledgement. It's always the 2% that aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
The acknowledgement, and that really frustrates me, man.
Mm-hmm. They get the most press, but they like our style, though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They like our style,
right?
They want to be us so bad. They like somebody said they want all of our rhythm and none of our blues.
Woo, I might have to steal that.
Yeah,
it's cultural. It's cultural currency. It's cultural currency. Our culture is rich.
We don't be the ones standing at the beach.
Yeah.
We don't be the ones standing at the beach. We be the ones trying to find some shade.
I do sometimes, y'all. I ain't gonna front. I like me somebody.
You get a pass for that because you get a pass for tanning because you. So let me ask y'all this, man. What do y'all think about the state of Florida, Governor DeSantis? And I don't know if you guys listen to like what's the station that I'm listening to? It might actually be on all of the Radio 1 stations at this point. Kathy Hughes is basically trying to get black people to boycott the state of Florida as long as he's the governor, because he's made no excuses about having stuff against black people, having stuff against the LGBT, however many alphabets they have, community. I don't even think you have to have a permit to carry a gun in Florida now.
You don't.
He's trying to take away what's going to amount to thousands of jobs with something that he's trying to do with Disney World. And I would have to research that to try, but like
he the reason why the Nazis was standing outside of Disney?
Probably so.
Racism is so rampant in Florida because of DeSantis, bro. Like it is so in the hate on that.
You said because of what, bro?
Because of DeSantis. Like he's given the green light for racism. He's given the green light for open carry. So Florida is known to be a heavily racist state, right? So now you give the right to just carry. You give the right. You're almost empowering your community. They took Black history out of out of the textbooks.
all of the black. You can't even talk about Black history in school anymore.
So why
can't even, like, our whole history has been erased in Florida. In Florida schools. Yeah, you can't talk about it.
The right to talk about Black history in a state that has oppressed Black folks for so many years. Like that, you talk about the impacts of mental health. Now you're taking away from Black kids to show how we've progressed throughout our life in the past, just say 100 years, from the 1920s to now. You've taken that away, but there is, of course, a rich European culture, rich European history being taught. So now Black folks do not see images of themselves in the schoolhouse as young kids growing up to be, 18, 19, whenever they graduate. So now they have to do it on their own. And that for me, that is the worst thing he could have done. Because
that is horrible.
You're taking away so much self-pride and everything away from our kids, man, to cover up the racist history in Florida. That's terrible.
He a history major, Antoine.
Nah, I didn't know that, but I understand. It's just like it's almost like when you look at something as simple as just the inventions of black people, from anywhere from like the hot comb to the stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
The
what did that
peanuts.
question come up? Who made
Like-
that? Who made that? You just don't answer.
I don't even think the question is allowed to come up anymore. Like,
They
you
don't
might
even
get
talk about it.
if you're a black student and you ask, you might get expelled from school.
So I didn't know.
They
It was
damn
that
sure don't
simple.
need no high comb. Do they need a high comb?
I didn't know it was that simple to do that. Like to just take
They
stuff.
said they don't need no hot comb.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Did
sorry.
they
What
need
you say, Nicole? Lisa said they don't need no hot comb.
But
They
again, that talks about our history. Our history isn't important.
Yeah,
What we need isn't important, right?
yeah.
But it's a
Yeah.
rich European history being taught. They still teaching Christopher Columbus, bro. He
Exactly.
was a child rapist. Like, come
Oh,
on.
he did. Pillager. He took
Yo.
land that did not belong to him. The only Christopher we recognize
You
He's
said
the
he was
wildest.
he was a
Biggie
child.
Smalls. Biggie Smalls.
Christopher Wallace, Chris Tucker. That's the only two. And Chris Rock.
Okay.
They're the only two Chris's
And
I
Chris
acknowledge.
Rock,
They're the
that's
only
it.
Chris's I acknowledge.
He's a murderer.
I didn't know that.
Oh my
They-
gosh.
they-
This
they-
is sad, y'all.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know it was that simple to just make that move. Like I thought it had to be something that. Well, I guess it's a state thing. So
no, because I'm quite sure that on a state level they are allowed to sign executive orders just
Mhm.
like the president is. And
But-
so there
but
probably was some kind of executive order or something signed where it says we're just going to deal with this. Every time I talk about executive orders, I think about how, the guy with the orange hair used to criticize Obama when he was.
Mhm.
I don't say his name and I don't
You don't
acknowledge
say
him
his
as our
name.
president.
Okay, we
But he's
got
the
you.
guy, Cheetos.
With the orange
We'll
hair.
call him Cheetos. I just remember how he used to criticize Obama for signing executive orders, and then he's gone down in history as the president who signed the most executive orders ever.
Mhm.
When he was running for office, he says if you sign executive orders, that means that basically was saying that you don't have any political skills, you don't have the the ability to do whatever.
Bullshit.
And then he goes down as the president that signed the most
They
in
signed
history.
the most
So,
ones.
yeah. And the scary
Wow.
thing is he might be back in office in about a year and a half.
I think
That's
that I think that Florida thing is head DeSantis is the head of it, but I think
Mhm.
there's other political backings that we don't know about.
Yeah.
For
The
him,
orange guy. The orange
Yeah.
guy.
for him to have that much,
Yeah.
juice,
Can you imagine if we get him back in the White House while DeSantis is still the governor?
ain't no way, bro. Ain't
Black
no
people
way.
might not be allowed on Miami Beach. Then spring break might be a wrap.
Bro,
Mhm.
ain't no way he getting reelected. It can't, I have
know, bro.
enough faith
No.
I
in
don't know, bro.
that he won't be reelected.
I don't know, bro. I want to believe you. I really, with all my heart and my mind and my soul, want to believe you. But I'm at the point in my life where nothing surprises me.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where nothing surprises me. So,
I thought that he was about to go to jail.
nah.
What happened with that? Didn't that happen like last week or the week before? He's supposed to be going to jail.
His supporters stormed the Capitol. They don't care about jail.
They said they don't care.
He can run the country from Rikers Island. He'd be all right.
Oh
can run
my
the country from
God.
Rikers. Yo,
Somebody
it's
to be off with his head, and then
that guy can literally be president again almost this time next year.
I don't know, like what he just did. Like, never mind. That's fine. Okay.
I'm
No,
gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab him by the.
Whoa. Okay.
Bro,
He'll be back in office.
if Obama said that, if
Obama had
said
did that, they would have.
facts,
You already know. You already
turn
know.
it around
You already know.
Yo,
You already know.
they want it. They want to be grabbed by the pussy. Come on, bro.
You already know.
I can't even get it out. Like it's that bad.
You already know. Obama, boy, they would have. Man, look.
They would have roasted him for real. He'd have been dead.
Right.
They would have got him out of there. Like I don't know. Sometimes I think it's two Americas. It'd be just like the regular people that just be like appalled, and then it's just them. Like they can just do whatever they want to do, and it's like nobody sees that. You be like, did y'all did not see that?
But there are large numbers of those people who don't care.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the saddest part is some of them look like me and you. That's the even worse part.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
saddest part.
Yeah.
But
Like
you
the
know
girl
what?
Candace Owens.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand
Oh my
her.
God, yeah.
I'm
Okay,
telling you.
okay. Stop. Stop.
I'm sorry.
We're
You
not
had-
giving that wench no energy on my show.
You got him
Stop.
going.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm
Stop.
sorry. I shouldn't have stopped. I
I'm
shouldn't
mad
have
that we live and I can't go back
going.
and delete that part.
done
Giving that
I'm
wench
sorry.
no energy.
Bruh.
Mm-mm.
But you know what?
No.
On January the 6th, I'd have been like earthquake. Pat, 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 pat. Oh, you running out? You ready? Pat, 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 pat.
Oh,
Like your boy,
All right.
your boy Herschel Walker too. That boy.
Oh yeah, look.
They used him and abused him.
Yeah.
And I do not feel sorry for him. I don't
Nope.
feel sorry for him.
Nope.
You know?
That's what you get.
Yeah.
They'll just ruin my whole show because I forgot all about Herschel Walker punk ass and I wasn't even sure. Oh my God, yo.
Herschel hurt me. I can't watch his football highlights no more, man. That hurt me. I said, not Herschel. God.
Uh-huh.
So how do you? We might get kicked off the internet for this conversation.
No, we're not.
How do you, as a person who has the color skin that looks like me, not realize that you're being used as a pawn and feed so much into that, knowing that you don't have he didn't have a chance of.
He didn't.
Bro, what are you?
he knew. What do you mean?
He seen Donald Trump just like we saw Donald Trump. He gave Donald Trump praise. Oh, Donald
knew.
Trump took us to Disney World, and Donald Trump, he treated us like that's my friend, and my family was like family to him. And I'm like,
I
Herschel.
wonder how much he got paid.
Yeah, he had to get paid.
Because that's what it boils down to.
Herschel was smoking that fent when he did that. Yeah, that's the only thing I can. Yo,
She clutched
That's
her pearls. She said, oh,
She said, "Oh goodness, I didn't know this was gonna go there."
look, we are part of Natural Naked. We say
Thank
what's
God.
on our hearts and our minds. Ask for forgiveness later.
that
It's
guy.
all right.
I had him on my station, so I gave him the freedom. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
I'm sorry.
Nah, bro, it ain't no apology. Yo. That's
Oh,
just real,
man.
man. And it's
He had to be smoking something. That was something that was smoked.
But it was
It was
No.
something.
He was smoking that.
as this just flashed on my screen.
What?
Tiana Taylor won the BET Award last night for Video Director of the Year. And
Oh,
she wasn't at the award show, so her
Uh-huh.
mom accepted on her behalf.
Mhm.
And her mom came up and she has one of those flip phone things that you open up, and she called Tiana live. And even though you couldn't hear everything that she was saying, that was one of the most genuine award show moments that I've ever seen in my life, because when she was like, "Baby, you won," Tiana was like, "Oh," and ran off the screen. She was like this. And then she came back and she tried to give all of these. Yeah, that was real dope. And
"Oh,
I'm a Tiana Taylor fan. So
Yes, I love her.
She's
She's
dope.
so talented.
that video that she did with Kanye West is the greatest music video ever.
She's very talented.
Ever. Yeah, she is. She is.
But
And
she
and
said-
her
didn't she say she
and
retired?
her and her song with Method Man is one of my favorite songs. Like,
Did she come back or didn't she say she retired?
yeah, I don't think she's doing music anymore.
Yeah, we went to her show.
Oh, word.
It was
Yes.
a good show.
And she calls herself Spike T, like Spike Lee, but she replaces the Lee with a T, and I thought that
Right,
was real dope. So she's
Good for
Tiana
her.
Spike T Taylor. Let me ask you guys this real quick, and then we can get ready to start shutting this down because it's 9:00 already. I've been hearing a lot of stuff lately about the funding for HBCUs. And if I'm not mistaken, I know that we have some. Terrence, you went to Lincoln, right?
No, I went to Shenandoah. That's a
Shenandoah. Is that HBCU?
no.
That's not HBCU.
No.
Nicole, did you go to a HBCU?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Nicole said I ain't even graduate from. No,
Don't do that. You know I'm very.
but you stupid. But I've been hearing a lot lately, man. I believe it's in the state of Florida where there's like a class action lawsuit.
Mhm.
And I could be wrong on the state, but I know it's down south where there's a class action lawsuit where you have a bunch of students from HBCUs that are suing the state because they don't feel like they're getting the proper. It's Alabama. It's Alabama.
Oh.
Alabama.
That don't surprise me.
What?
And so, and Terrence, as a sports fan, you can understand. You can relate to me when you talk about the amount of money that like the University of Alabama football team by itself brings in.
Oh,
Of
absolutely.
course.
Like it's
Absolutely.
not even, you know what I mean? But when I drive past Coppin, is that university now? It's Coppin University, right?
Yes.
It's not Coppin State College anymore. It's Coppin. Okay.
Coppin State University.
Really?
So I used to date a girl that lived directly across the street from Coppin. And I remember when that was all row houses
Yep.
before you got to the bridge if you're going up North Avenue on the
Sure
left-hand
was.
side. And I drive past Morgan now and I see that Morgan has taken over literally the whole
Everything.
Northwood Shopping Center. All of that is, you know, they got a new building on the if you're going up Hillen Road towards Moravia Cold Spring now.
Mm-hmm.
They have a brand new building on the left and they got a brand new building on the right that's coming up right on the corner. And then when you get to the corner, the next corner where the bridge is, there's a new building that I think just opened up last week. So somebody getting some money from somewhere
Right.
with these HBCUs, especially here in Baltimore. But at the same time, we're still like super underfunded when it comes to the comparison of other schools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so University of Maryland, they're in the Big Ten Conference now as far as basketball, football. And so, you know, they have their own situations where they're bringing in money. You know, they have TV contracts and all this, that, and the third. Again, I don't even think it's even fair to bring the University of Alabama and the HBCUs in Alabama into it because that's like this.
It's such a big disparity. Yeah.
That's not. But you still have states like Florida, you know, who have big, like Florida State University. I'm a Florida State fan.
Yeah.
Sits like a block and a half, not even a full mile away from FAMU.
Mm-hmm.
And the disparity in the campuses themselves is just amazing. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what it is that, or how you guys feel, and then what is it that people may be able to do to make sure that 10 years from now, we're not shutting HBCUs down because of lack of funding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think from the athletic side, you got to
Bro,
support.
I could have sworn you went to Lincoln, bro. I forgot you went to Shenandoah. That's my bad.
Nah, from the athletic side, we got to support. Like just like I would, you know, I'm a huge Michigan and Maryland fan. Just like I wear Michigan and Maryland apparel, I could be wearing Morgan apparel. I could be wearing, you know what I'm saying, like whatever HBCU for, because that money goes back to the program. We got to attend these games because just like Alabama, you fill the seats. And somebody said this, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody said science experiments never funded a school like football games do. And the reason is because football fans come out to watch football games. That money goes back to the school.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest, one of the biggest money grabs at any university, right? Football, basketball, those are your major sports.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If we support that, like we support all the major schools, then the funding would be there. I think we also have to start sending our kids there too. I think that's a big thing because I think, you know, kids.
All right. Hold on, T. Let me stop you right there. So let me ask you this. So we have, and I think I actually know what your answer might be to this. So we have, you know, kids who have dreams of being in the NFL, dreams of being in the NBA. How do we tell them to go to a Jackson State now instead of going to a Duke or North Carolina or Michigan?
That's a fact, bro. And that
Yeah.
is a tough conversation. I can't even lie to you because
Even with the NIL now, you got to
Mhm.
remember, like it's
Mhm.
it's kids in college making.
Millions of dollars.
There's kids in college that are going to stay in college now because they're making more from the naming and imaging licensing than they would make on their rookie contracts.
Sure.
Bryce Young last year made what, $7 million as in college off of NIL.
Bro, Shador Sanders has like 8 endorsements, including the Brady brand, bro.
Damn.
Mm.
Bro, like
Yeah.
I
Do you
love the fact that they've given them the name and imaging licensing now.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes me think back to just imagine, Terrence, if you would have had this back when the Fab Five was at Michigan.
Oh, that's crazy. That would have been absolutely crazy.
Mm.
That would have been crazy.
I remember this interview with Chris Webber when he talked about walking into the bookstore on the University of Michigan, and they were selling his jersey for $150, and he wasn't receiving a penny for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, Terrence, they used to wear the low cut black socks with the low cut black Nikes.
Yeah.
And Nike took advantage of that and started selling those socks and made like $80 million off of low cut socks.
Wow.
And the Fab Five didn't receive a penny of that.
Yeah. The Fab
You know
Five.
what I'm saying?
If this was today, the Fab Five would have been the highest paid.
Yeah.
And hands down, the highest paid NIL players.
So my point is, with this ability now to make money in college, like how do we still tell our young black men, you don't have to go to Alabama, you don't have to go to Florida State, you don't have to go to Duke. Come and rock out at these HBCUs like Deion Sanders was doing at Jackson State. Let's just keep it 100. He was doing that at Jackson State.
Yeah.
But how do we continue to do that and make sure that our HBCUs don't, because I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm an alumni and I'm like, bro, I might be able to give you $50,000 for something if you come here to this HBCU, but I can't give you the $500,000 that the University of Maryland or Penn State can give you.
Do you think that their money? I guess it's a question for everybody. Do you think that the support wise, as far as funding, comes more from the sports?
For most of the bigger colleges, yeah.
So then that would mean that the support factor of everything, as far as where the money's coming from, sponsors and things like that, I think that that's a part of it too. If I'm right in what I'm saying,
yeah, you're right. Tom
Brady's going to support. You want to see him support black HBCU? So that's another part of this too. Like, who's really supporting HBCUs? They're going to go to these non-HBCU schools, and a lot of times, your sponsorship, your alumni, and things like that. That's where your money is coming from. So
that's true. I agree with that. Like, so why aren't some of the alumni that have made it, why aren't they giving back to their sports programs at their schools that they graduated from? Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I ask that question all the time.
That's true.
And it's funny because Ricky Smiley went to Alabama State, I think it was.
Alabama State, yep.
And I heard Ricky Smiley talking about what he does for Alabama State. And like he gives stuff all the time to the folks because he's a huge sports fan. But he gives stuff to the school all the time for sports, like not just football, but basketball or whatever. And he was saying that there has to be better management of the money. And I've heard that before too. Now the state gives them, of course, if it's a state school, a certain amount of money, as being a state, a state institution, but they have to manage that money.
Yeah.
My man Eric Reed was like, "Yo, this is raggedy. What are y'all doing here?" I'm not.
Yo. And when Deion left Jackson State, remember he said people was breaking into his locker, stealing his stuff.
Yeah.
He had issues around campus. It was something about money. Like Deion had a rough go. And if you're talking about Deion, you're talking about prime time.
Right.
Prime time and everything that he did for Jackson State, like he brought the world to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? And if he's getting treated like that, imagine how anybody else would be. You know what I'm saying? So that puts a stigma on that.
Mm-hmm. That's just like if we're gonna talk about mismanagements of funds. I know when y'all vote here. That,
okay, Claude, I see you.
I'm a real fan, bro.
Y'all know, like they would always talk about, okay, oh yes, let's bring the casino here, and we know the casino is gonna be for the schooling. Ain't no money.
Hold up. You gotta put her on timeout. She can't talk about that here.
You
can't talk about
what? You're a mess.
No, she is, bro.
Why you put me on timeout for that? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let me tell you something.
Can't talk about casino, Tom.
I can't talk about the casino.
You can talk about the casino. I just had to do that for fun. But let me tell you something.
Oh man.
So y'all here's my thing. So there's already this stigma on black people that we don't vote. Right?
Yeah, facts.
But then there's also the stigma that when we do go to vote, we don't read.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We don't read the ballots.
Right. Okay.
We look for a name that we're familiar with.
Any, mini, miny, mo.
And we fill out a little circle, and that's it. Yeah. But there's a whole lot of amendments on those bills that we don't take the time to read. Come on. Some of those joints be like 8, 12 sentences. We're not taking the time to read that.
I agree.
And so when it was time to build that casino downtown, that was on the ballot. And I looked at that, and I looked at that, and I looked at that, and I said, this money is not going to city schools. No, let's go ahead and build this. Da, 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 da. I remember when the casino opened, and I remember like 2 years later, we had a pretty heavy winter, and they were sending kids home because we didn't have heat in the schools.
Yep.
And I'm like, they got heat in that casino.
Yes, they do.
Summertime or the second, third, whatever. Yeah. When it was 98 degrees in April.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta shut the schools down. We don't have
air conditioning. They don't have no AC.
We had some AC in that casino.
Of course.
Hey, look, you can't even drink the water in the schools.
You cannot.
You can drink the water in the casino.
Yeah.
I give you one better. They give you free drinks in the casino.
Yeah, as long as you at the machine, though.
Machine. You know what, bro? God,
that's a shame.
Lisa, why you bring that up? Because I could talk about this.
Sorry.
I could talk about that for an hour.
I'm so sorry.
We got hoodwinked. We got bamboozled.
That's our fault.
It's crazy because if you go in a 5-mile radius in any direction from Horseshoe, you're running into city schools that don't have the resources that they need.
Okay, say that.
But y'all bought that casino here, and y'all promised us that some of that money was going to textbooks,
what?
air conditioning,
what?
But that we getting out early in April.
Just like we can advocate for, or not advocate, just like we're so into the latest trends, the latest fashions, who shot who messing with who, housewives of whatever, right?
How can we stay in school past 12 o'clock?
Yo, that and we as a people, and I'm saying we because 90% of city schools are kids who are our kids, are black kids, right? We should be advocating for transparency with those funds, seeing where they're going and how those funds are being spent. But because we don't speak out about it in large numbers, I'm not saying but
we don't go to PTA meetings, so how are we going?
Bro, that's a fact. But no,
my bad. Ouch, my bad.
Look, let me
look on the toe right there. My bad.
Let me tell you this. I used to teach in city schools. I used to teach at it's the old Walbrook, but Blueford Drew Jemison, right? And yo, the parents, it'd be back to school night there was all right. we had back to school night at such and such time. I'll be lucky to get 2 parents in that night, right? When I was teaching in Harford County, Baltimore County, it was lines in and out the door. Parents, you got to schedule a time because there was so many parents in there. But you take that, compare Blueford to Roland Park. Roland Park Elementary was standing room only. It wasn't our kids there though. All those kids that live by Gilman, all those kids that live by Northern Parkway, all those kids, that was standing room only, right? So we have to take some of the onus on us in what we're doing so we can make an impact in what needs to be done and have a true equity with our kids, man. Because if we don't do it, nobody gonna advocate for us. Nobody advocating for us.
You're right. You're right.
Nicole's sitting there like, that's my baby. You talk that talk,
No, I'm like,
baby.
I am started. He's gonna keep talking. At this over, he probably gonna still keep talking about it. I'm gonna call you so he can talk to you about it.
I'm done. I don't have anything else I want to talk about. Y'all can have the rest of the show.
Okay.
I got a couple of things I want to promote, and then I can get out of here because we touching on some stuff now that's like near and dear to me, and I could really sit up here and talk about this for like another 2 hours, honestly. Like,
you gotta bring us back so we can talk about these things.
yo, as a product of Baltimore City Public Schools, man, to see the school system the way it is now, it's just it hurts. It really hurts. Like, and even honestly, no disrespect, but even some of our county public schools.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Not as bad, but is that saying much at this point?
No.
It's really not.
Is that thunder over there?
Say that again.
Was that thunder?
Yeah, it's just thundering. Yeah. And
I
I
don't know where Lisa lives at, but she gets the
be getting this.
the weather that the rest of the area don't get.
Y'all don't got thunderstorms?
But you made it through this whole show.
I
You
made
ain't had to get off.
I'm wondering over here. My
Look at
light,
God.
my lights is flickering. You know,
She made it
Grandma
through the
Brown
whole
said.
show.
Grandma Brown said, turn all the lights off, and y'all go in the room and sit down.
Not Grandma Brown, yo. Not Grandma Brown.
So I was about to say I gotta get off, but
Grandma Park said that too. Shucks. I don't know. Antoine, you know your grandmother said the same thing.
My grandmother said, as long as I got some beer in the house, we cool. Y'all do what y'all want
Okay.
to do.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
As long as I got some naughty head, I'm good.
Not naughty.
Not the naughty head, bro.
Yeah. As long as I got some naughty head, I'm good.
oh man,
No, man. It's been a couple times she hung up on whoever I was on the phone with. It's storming. Click. I'm like, oh, dang.
Yo, y'all grandmothers really used to do that?
Yes, the
thought it was
Lord
just
is
me.
talking. What is wrong with Antoine?
he walked.
I remember because I used to like the afternoon cartoons and the afternoon shows that came on when you came home from school. You gotta have your homework done by 4 o'clock, and then you can sit. And it would be storming at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we sitting in the house with 9 bedrooms and it's dark, and I'm like,
Yep. You gotta
I'm
stand
missing
and be quiet.
Batman. I'm missing all kind of stuff. Yo, why is we sitting here? Cause it's raining outside. You don't have all that stuff. Come on, yo.
Gotta be quiet.
Nah, see, I used to always think that was crap. I was like, so if we turn the lights off, the thunderstorm won't stop? Like, that's what you said.
Not the
Yo,
you stupid, yo.
You in your sleep.
My grandmother used to say, I used to be so mad when she did that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
what is we doing?
It turned you stupid, yo.
I'm saying, I ain't never really questioned her. We was all just in the floor looking mad, like, oh, come on, Storm.
Right. Hurry up.
Hurry up. You trying to rush the Lord.
Yeah,
I'm so
over.
surprised.
Yo, she said you trying to rush the Lord. I'm done.
I'll try to run up and down that alley. I'm trying to go outside.
I mean, Lord, I'm sorry, Lord. Hold on.
We didn't know we was rushing
had
the
to
Lord
get
back
work
then. We just
done.
thought we were trying to get to
Right.
whatever it was that we wanted to watch.
Lord.
We didn't understand that we was rushing
Wrong
the
with
Lord's
y'all.
work back then.
Right.
I want to hear that. Oh, it's August and we only had 3 inches of rain, so we need this 5 days of rain. We're about to get everybody trying to hear that. I can't go outside.
I'm trying to be outside.
But which these kids don't do these days. Y'all need to take y'all tails
They
outside.
need to go
I used to hit the alley with my little bike. I used to be out there. When it rained and thunderstorm, I couldn't be out on the bike. I said, nah.
You go, right.
Go ahead.
Y'all funny, yo. Y'all funny. All right, man. I'm ready to go. Let me throw some shameless plugs real quick. And actually, I'm gonna just do one. Mark your calendars for Thursday, September the 21st. We will be putting on our first Access Granted event at Tambra's Restaurant on St. Paul Street. I don't have the address. God dang it. That's why we got Google. Just put in Tambra's. I got 2 Baltimore artists performing. I got 2 singers and a spoken word artist coming out of Dallas. Some woman named Lisa Monet says she's gonna host the show for me. I'm praying that she keeps her word. I think her grandmama's gonna be celebrating her birthday that night, so we're gonna turn up. I might bring some strippers in the house for grandma.
Oh, no, it's not. It's my auntie. She'll be 75. No, listen, no strippers. Wow. But wait a minute, strippers? She ain't like that. But no strippers, no strippers.
No strippers.
Let me go tell Cucumber and Strawberry I ain't gonna need it that night. Let me tell Cucumber and Strawberry we're not gonna need it that night.
No.
Yeah, man. Mark y'all calendars. That's gonna be we're gonna do some sip and paint stuff for the couples.
Oh, that's cute.
We're gonna have some Access Granted Long Island iced tea available that night. I gotta give a shout out to my sister, darling Dina. Hold on, I want to make sure I gotta make sure I read this menu right because we're gonna have food that night. We are gonna have lamb chops, fried fish, crab cakes, jerk fried greens, red beans and rice, macaroni and cheese, mashed sweet potatoes, and cornbread.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right then.
Have black people who diabetic and high blood pressure night.
I see.
That night. And actually, man, some real dope artists are going to be performing, man. So we're still trying to come up with the ticket prices because with all of the stuff that we're including, if you do the sip and paint and if you do the food and you do the drinks and all of that, we're still trying to figure that out. But please keep September the 21st open on your. Go ahead and take that Friday off now. And if you put it in now, if you put in for the 22nd to be off, that should be enough time for you. You shouldn't have any issues. But
what time?
It's probably gonna be like 6 to 10.
Gotcha.
You know, black people, we might not start till 7, but I'm trying to make sure that the sip and paint starts at 6 so that we can get that out the way. But you know, we're putting together a couple of different packages. If you're gonna do the sip and paint, you know, and the plate and the drink, your price will be one thing. If you just come in just to enjoy the entertainment, your price will be something different. But we'll figure that out, and I'll have that out there as soon as possible. But Lisa Monet is going to be the host, and I'm just looking forward to coming in and saying, "Okay, Lisa, it's your show." And then
we're gonna go by script.
Yeah, you can make the script. I'm gonna give you the order. Order.
Cool,
yeah, I'm not gonna just leave you out there, but
cool.
The fact that
it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a really amazing time. I got my girl Ja Avi, who she just shut it down at the Capitol Lounge the other night. She had a really amazing performance, and then my girl Star B, and then we got my man Jay Waiters from Dallas, Texas, and a couple of other artists who are coming in from Dallas. It's gonna be one spoken word artist. And it's just gonna be a whole like grown ass vibe. So I'm looking forward to it. And this is my first event under the Access Granted umbrella. So I mean, and if Natural and Naked wants to come in and be a part of it, just let me know, and we can make sure we got y'all name on the flyer and all of that kind of stuff. But just looking forward to it. My first of hopefully what's going to be a lot of events, because I got some plans for some stuff that I want to do for Baltimore. So make sure y'all come out and support. And then we just figured out tonight that, you know, this time next year, we're going to be doing a men's mental health thing, you know, so Yeah, Nicole, I
That's
need you to go ahead and get
good.
on that now so that everything is in order by next month.
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Yeah, you just giving orders.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And you
That's
just
what we do.
giving orders.
That's what we do. Nah, man, but shout out to everybody that tuned in with us tonight, man. Cabri just left us. She's fired. She's fired. How you gonna quit your job before your shift start? That's what I don't understand.
Right.
How you gonna be there before the shift start and then leave
And then be out.
and then but we did tell her
Because she know I was gonna be here. So she said she got it.
Nah, that's
Mm.
mm.
You said,
Well, y'all gotta start vetting y'all employees a little bit better, man. But Nicole, so we can get together and do this like once a quarter.
Sure.
All right. And maybe next quarter we can get the hidden voice on camera.
The hidden voice.
You heard
Hidden
it?
voice. Hidden voice. Terrence, I'm talking about you, bro.
Thank God. He said, of course. Yeah, my
Okay,
God.
that's what's up.
And I where's this?
All right, so the storm is actually arriving now. I can hear it outside. That was thunder, and I hear the rain beating up against the window. Everybody stay safe, man. We will be back next week. I don't feel like looking at the calendar, so I don't know who we're going to have, but I do know we have a guest for next week.
Okay.
Hey, it's always going to be real here at Access Granby, man. But
Yeah.
Nicole, I appreciate you. Love you like a play cousin.
All
Hope
right.
to see you at VLF soon. I will send y'all the invite if y'all want to come to the Marriage Ministry Cookout, but y'all got to bring a dish.
Okay.
Shout out to my sister Jeanette and my boy Kobe. I saw them over this weekend. I was happy to see them because I ain't seen them in forever ever. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm out. Anybody got anything else to say? Nope. Good. We gone.
We go.
Bye.